Welcome to the stream. She is famous for capturing the sound and the spirit of the 2011 Tunisian revolution. Now singer-songwriter Emel Mathlouthi is looking to the future with her brand new album. I'm Femi Okay.
I'm Malika Bilal. Emel joins us live in the studio to talk about her music and poetry and perform two of her latest songs. And we want to hear from you as you're watching. Send us your questions and your comments for Emel through Twitter or YouTube.
Emel Mathlouthi's musical journey has seen her sing to fans around the world. One of her biggest gigs was at the Nobel Peace Prize concert in 2015, a performance that was watched by millions.
Now living in New York, the experimental singer-songwriter is on the road touring her first album recorded largely in English. The songs on Everywhere We Looked Was Burning combine the sound of North African instruments with electronica. But it's her voice and lyrics that are the focal point of her art. Have a listen.
Emel, it's so good to have you in the stream. Welcome. I am going to take you back to when you were a youngster and you were growing up in Tunisia. The idea of being a singer, songwriter, writing your music, writing your lyrics, how much support did you get for that?
Not much.
Expand a little bit.
Well, of course, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't supported. I was really supported by my friends and my classmates throughout my years at school.
Sure.
But it's true. I mean, I wasn't really encouraged by my parents to just become a singer. So that wasn't like the...
What would they say to you? Would they suggest other professions?
Oh, just forget it.
Oh, okay. Very direct.
There's no way you're going to become a singer.
Why?
Well, just because, like many other parents, it's probably the financial part of it and the uncertainty part of it, which they might actually...
Maybe right there. I hear the band laughing. We'll meet the band in a moment. When you said financial, they started to laugh.
But also, for a woman, my mom was really concerned. For a woman, it's not the right place to be late at night in shows, and, it's a masculine, universe.
Man's job.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't really encouraged to follow that path, but there was nothing to do because it was in me. I think since I was born or something.
So I think your fans, many of them, are very happy that you stuck with it, didn't listen to that advice. This is one. This is Eduardo on Twitter, who writes, Emel's music really gets me high, and her musical development is fascinating, starting from Arabic acoustic and simple covers to electronic music, and then mixing all the genres in the last step, which is clear in her latest album. Her lyrics are liberal, anti-dictatorship, and social suffering. I'm guessing he means that they reference all of those topics. Talk to us about your early music, especially this part about being anti-dictatorship, liberal, and against social suffering.
I like anti-dictatorship because besides the political side of it, I really wanted to fight against any kind of dictatorship, the social dictatorship, the traditions, the way that I'm supposed to behave as a young Arab woman. So I really try to fight against all of this, not have rules, push all the boundaries, and just don't have any limit but the sky. So I think I also was lucky because my father likes music and he plays a lot of vinyls at home since I was a child. And he wakes us up every Sunday morning with the Four Seasons from Vivaldi. So my ears
beautiful
were,
way to wake up.
yeah. So my ears have had a very good education, and also he encouraged us a lot to read. So I came out to be like somebody with a good mind, you know.
I want you to, your honest reaction here. If I say two words to you, Kelmti Horra, what do you think of? Be honest.
Well, your word is free.
So that's the literal translation.
Yes.
But there's some more.
So it's a magical song. I was just talking about it in another interview this morning. The way it just came to the world, the way I composed the music for the lyrics of my friend Emel Mathlouthi. And honestly, every time I sing that song, I just feel the same emotions and the same, you know, even when I watch to this day, when I watch the video at the Nobel, etc. But at the same time, I feel like, what if that song didn't come? And what if that moment didn't happen? What if I haven't been known for that? Wouldn't my path, maybe my artistic path, be easier? Maybe I would have, you know, be the person I am today, but like easier? Because I feel now there's a lot of rejection for what I'm trying to bring in the music industry side of things.
Because the public saw you in a very specific way. Let me take them back to that moment, which they reminisce about often. And so this was back in 2011. This was during the Jasmine Revolution in Tunisia. And Emel found herself in the crowds. She was there as the revolution was happening. And her contribution, well, she went and sang. And then that song took her to the Nobel Peace Prize concert. From the streets to the concert. And it's huge. Have a look. That is so epic. It's extraordinary. And now you're trying to get away from that, move on, new album, park that back all those years, and now bring us up to the present. Malika.
So in a moment, Emel will perform Marouh, which is one of those songs in the present from her new album. But first, I want you to have a listen to a video comment from Khalid Fake. He is a super fan.
Hi, my name is Khalid and I'm from Kashmir. I believe that there has always been a melancholic tone to Emel's music. Her singing continues to give resistance a new diction, a new terminology. For me personally, I have become a huge fan of her ever since I heard her for the first time in Oslo perform for the 2015 Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. The songs that she sang there have remained etched to my memory because they espouse an exact impression of her collective political and social aspirations back home in Kashmir.
مروح لهاي ما
Do not adjust your screens. This is Al Jazeera. This is the stream. That was Emel Mathlouthi. On keyboards, we have Justin. And on percussion, we have Avi. Emel, come and join us back here on the set. Malika.
People love that. In our YouTube chat, a lot of symbols of fire in there. And this is a tweet we got from Salvador who says, "What I love about this new album is how it beautifully merges lyrically, sonically, and vocally. It's a trifecta that feels like it travels to the core and invokes the spirit. It's personal, yet outwardly grand and aware."
Wow,
so that is
a music critic.
A great
Who was that?
review there from Salvador Rauli. But I want to pivot just a little bit to this and talking about your latest album. This is Tess on Twitter who says, "I'm so curious about the red gown she designed for her tour and the overall aesthetic shift to the color red that I've noticed from her recently. Is there a symbol behind it?" And of course, while you were performing the studio, we're surrounded by flames here playing off of your album color. Talk to us about the inspiration for that.
Well, thank you for that. Well, the red is definitely a color that was very symbolic for me throughout my career, and it's a color that has always been present in my repertoire or in my wardrobe. I just feel like if I would give a color to my music in general, I would give the red color, for its, depth, for the cruciality, I don't know if we can say that, for the warmth, the feelings, the melancholy. I feel like all of that is connected, and especially this album, because of course there's a hint to revolution. There has been a revolution, but this is like a feelings revolution where I'm trying to revive our humanity, our empathy, and revive our attention and our sensitivity to our values and our senses.
I'm going to carry on with the theme of red. I'm looking at your Instagram account, which is very striking. And there's a picture of you in a red dress. And the commentary from you says, "Back when I used to play guitar and sing barefoot with a red rose in my hair." But your musical journey from then until now, how would you describe it? Where are you right now?
I think I am where I'm trying to catch up with myself, with my true self. I think when we're born, we're not exactly ourselves, and we try to reach to the most honest expression of ourselves. And I've been trying to find that throughout my musical experimentations. And I feel with this album, I'm really there. I mean, I'm probably still gonna search deeper and deeper, but of course, like that was back when I used to live in Tunisia. There was a different environment, political and social, etc. And after that, I lived a few years in France. I traveled, I toured, and I composed, made different albums. So I feel a little bit less of a rebel, but now I feel like I matured into a warrior.
That's lovely. I think part of coming into the person you're supposed to be for you, based on what people are telling us online, is the languages that you use for your songs. Of course, you're at least trilingual, right? Arabic, English, French, a few more, maybe?
5.
So five languages. So our audience picked up on that. And I want to play a video comment from someone who talks about that. This is Ramzi Salti. He's a lecturer in the Arabic program at Stanford University here in the US. And here's what he asked.
I would like to congratulate Emel Mathlouthi on her amazing new album, which has tracks in both English and Arabic. And my question is, does it feel different when you're recording in your own native tongue, Arabic, than it does when you record in English or in French? And if so, in what way?
So when I started singing, my first passion started by covering other artists, and it was mostly in English. So English actually is my musical mother language, and then I found like my persona with writing about Tunisia and Tunisian lyrics, etc. And I have always been a little bit nostalgic to the period where I was in a metal band, and I feel like rock music and metal has always been a little bit present. And I've been looking forward to make an album in English, but I didn't want to do it until I really feel like it's me, and that I'm not copying anybody else, and that I'm creating a new sound, just not just singing English, like singing English, but with the same passion and the same depth that I do in Arabic. Exactly.
Yeah. So when you compose the lyrics or compose the music, but when you write the lyrics, are you writing them in Arabic? What language comes out first to you when you put a poem, put a lyric down?
So it used to be, I used to write in Arabic for the last many years. And for this album, I really felt like I was ready to write in English. So I actually started by writing 2 songs in Arabic, and then I switched to writing in English. So, and this time around, I really surrounded myself with my favorite poets. I had 3 different poets I got inspiration from, and at the same time, I started writing my own, but I started writing in English.
Sure.
Not like translating, because I really didn't want to sound like somebody who doesn't speak English, or somebody who's going to just use English easiness, you know, and using some very easy vocabulary. I wanted it to be also deep and intellectual.
Yeah.
So Emel, you tweeted this not too long ago, and I'll share it with our audience because, of course, you know what you tweeted. It's hard to be a singer and a musician from an Arab country who transcends genres in the West because most of the times we're forced to choose between stereotypes, misrepresentation, or utter invisibility. That is why your support is crucial for me to keep being who I am. So keeping that in mind, which got a lot of responses underneath that tweet, there's someone on YouTube who asked a question that's slightly related. This is Elizabeth Rainey, who's watching live right now. Elizabeth says, what advice do you have for other people who want to push their passion despite others warning them not to? And I'll add to that, despite others wanting to put them in a box and categorize them.
I think the most important thing is to truly believe in yourself, because that's the first step to impose your art and your passion and yourself to the world. Because especially for us, Arabs, or even non-Arabs, but anybody who's not born in Europe or North America, the path is necessarily harder because we're always expected to be carrying the flag of our country, of our ethnicity, or of our politics. And We're always offering this very exotic, politic, very boiling. So aside from that, we're not expected to be carrying avant-garde, to be pioneers, to be innovating. And I find it like super frustrating and super unfair. So to fight that, you just have to be yourself and keep pushing and keep breaking the definitions that are there for you. I try to not be discouraged, even though like every time, especially since I moved to the US, and I'm getting bookings and I go and perform, and I'm very happy to go perform anywhere, anytime, except that most of the time is like the theme of this year is Muslim women voices. The theme of this year is Islamic arts, blah, 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 which is I'm very proud of, and it's part of my cultural identity. But sometimes I just want to be invited because I have a beautiful voice, for example.
You are known as probably one of the most famous musical artists in Tunisia. How comfortable are you knowing that?
So comfortable and not comfortable because, well, comfortable, of course, because Tunisia is where I was born and raised, and it's the country that I love, that made me who I am. But uncomfortable is because also I am somebody because I'm an artist and I'm a humanist. I feel like I don't want to belong to one place and one place only. I don't want to be defined by one single identity. And I love communities, but at the same time, I want to break away. I want to be friends from people who have nothing to do with Tunisia or with, sometimes it's just like humans to humans, and especially that's why I do music, because I want to speak to anybody.
I think you're doing just that here. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for this part of the interview. If you're in Washington, D.C., you can see Emel live in concert tonight. She then plays several dates in Europe over the next 3 weeks. Now, as she gets ready to play Footsteps from her new album, here's a video comment from Rabia El-Thabani, a fan from Yemen in New York.
Hi, my name is Rabia El-Thabani, and I'm a political consultant here in New York City. I organize the Arab and Yemeni vote during election season. And the first time that I was introduced to Emel was during her performance in 2015 at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. And I was just blown away. She performed Kelmti Horra. And for someone that has been organizing and trying to, advocate for the Arab and Muslim community in the United States ever since I could remember, that song really hit home. She's brilliant. She's amazing. And yeah.
I hear silence. I hear silent trestle from afar. Silence of a home that once was living. Silence of a life that once was breathing. I hear silence. I hear pain. I see the horizon far. till dead these embodied scenes of last illusions, last illusions. I see